Hello everybody and welcome to this week's free newsletter from Trade with Precision. My name's Simon Clark, and in this newsletter I'm going to be talking about how professional traders can use higher time frame analysis to be able to identify potential moves ahead of time. It enables traders to be able to predict a potential movement in price, which they can then take a look at or look at lower time frame opportunities to be able to take advantage of that. Now, to try and demonstrate that, I'm going to be taking a look at a couple of markets that I've been stalking at the moment for some time. If we take a look at cable to start with, cable, I started talking about cable last week to our members, and if we take a look at the weekly chart, we can see, well, the weekly chart's been in an uptrend for some time, and now we've had a big, rather healthy pullback to the downside here. We've also broken through a number of levels here, and you can see that I've got some levels marked in this weekly chart that have been very well, they've certainly been tested many times in the past. So the market's sort of come down, it's almost reached 1.6, which is a very strong key level on this market. It's now retraced back up, and we've almost tested 163,000. Now 163 again has been a very strong key support and resistance level. So coming back up to this level, we just might expect price to find resistance here. If we come down and take a look at the daily chart now here in the daily chart we can see this very strong trend to the downside, moving averages all in the right order. In fact, the price has now just pulled back. It's just pulled back below 163, and now we're starting to get bearish price action coming in. So at this moment in time we've got a small bearish candle forming there just on the 10 period moving average. Now, so it's a nice area there on the daily chart because we're not overextended. Just taking a look at these mid time frames, we can see here on the mid time frames that the market's pulled back into, well, it's pulled back just beyond the sell zone, but now we've just got some small candles occurring in price where there's just, well, a sideways consolidation, just indicating that there is potential exhaustion of this move to the upside. So I've just marked my level in there, this sort of 163, which you can see is actually just above this sideways consolidation. So potentially there's potentially an area where price may find suitable resistance, and we could be looking for the next move of this trend to the downside. Now, this sort of move has been, or this sort of price action, as you can see, has been there certainly for some time now. In fact, it was like late last week that I spoke about this to our members, and you can see that each one of these candles is 4 hours. So this has not necessarily been something that's just happened overnight. This has taken a few days for this to be able to highlight, so that it enables us to be able to see this way ahead of time. So coming down the time frames, the sort of opportunities that I'm looking at on this market at the moment, if we come down to the 30-minute chart, you can start to see here I've got another level marked in which has been prior support and resistance on this lower time frame. Remember that those higher time frames, I was looking at potential exhaustion of the move to the upside, and I was looking at potential continuation of the higher time frame trends to the downside. So just taking a look here on the 30-minute chart, if that same idea still plays out, we've got a rather nice area up here for a stop. We've got our sideways consolidation here on our lower time frame, and we've also got a level through here that's been prior support and resistance. So this level just recently has now been tested a good 3 times through here, as we've now got a downtrend forming in price. We've also got some nice convergence here on the indicators to the short side. So there's a potential here for for an expansion trade on a 30-minute chart, which also plays in the same direction as those higher time frame trends as well. So as I say, I started to look at cable back last week and started looking for shorting opportunities last week. It just puts this market on my watch list, which means that I can keep a close eye on this one for opportunities. And here I've got a setup which I'm stalking at the moment to the short side. Now there's a few others. There's a few other interesting markets at the moment which are at some real key levels, very similar to cable. So if we take a look at the likes of Aussie dollar, here Aussie dollar, the market's now sold off quite heavily. We've just hit 9,000. Now market's quite overextended here on the daily chart, so I would be expecting a bit of a pullback on this market. But if we just take a look at the weekly chart, look at how strong 9,000 is. 9,000 has been a key level on this market, well, going back many years. And in fact, because we're sort of at that level now, there's been some lovely trading opportunities in the past as well on this market. So if we just come back to the daily chart, just start to zoom out, you can start to see how many times 9,000 has been tested, well, sort of going back over the past sort of couple of years that I can see here. The next one is also another Aussie dollar one. If we take a look at Aussie dollar CAD, another level which we can keep a close eye on here is the parity level. Again, parity has been it's a big round number, you can't get much bigger than that, and also it's been a very strong level of support and resistance in the past. Market's overextended, coming down to parity, so again would be expecting some kind of price reaction around it. So again, because we're overextended from the averages, for me I'm looking for a bit of a pullback on this market, as opposed to cable, which is actually quite close to the averages. So the difference with the cable one was that had already pulled back, and on these markets they haven't pulled back just yet. The other one to note at the moment is Australian dollar against the Swiss franc. Again, this market at the level 8400 here. Again, you can start to see 84 going back many years, very strong support and resistance level, and overextension and hitting that level again now. So again, wouldn't be at all surprised if we get a bit of a pullback on this market here. So again, just starting to look for opportunities around some of these key levels. Now, what I'd like to do is just to remind you of the webinars that we've got coming up this week. So if you want to find out more about some of these techniques and others, then you can find those out on the webinar that we're talking about here, which is High Performance Trading for a Busy Lifestyle. The webinar talks about a number of different sort of techniques to be able to help you fit trading into a busy lifestyle. Very useful skills and techniques that we'll be discussing and we'll be teaching through that webinar. So the webinars, well, there's two webinars, but there's the same one being run in different time zones. So we've either got here Tuesday the 16th of September or Wednesday the 17th of September. We've got the different time zones here, so wherever you're located in the world, there's going to be a time zone that's going to be convenient. To be able to register for these webinars, all you need to do is to come to the website, which is tradewithprecision.com/free webinars, which is this tab up here, free live webinars, and then you can come down here and you can register for whichever one you like to attend. Okay, so I hope you found it useful, and we look forward to speaking to you soon. Bye for now.